Hello and welcome to How to Cure Yeast Infections. Today I'd like to talk about a safe, natural way to eliminate yeast infections and Candida permanently and without using any medication whatsoever. First of all, let's start with what causes yeast infections. Yeast organisms live inside our digestive tract. That's true of all human beings. It's part of our makeup. The problem with yeast infections occurs when the body is out of balance. That might be because you've been taking antibiotics, because you've been under a lot of stress, or maybe you just haven't been eating the healthy foods that allow healthy bacteria in your gut to thrive. At that point, yeast overgrowth can occur. When this happens, the yeast organisms inside your body mutate into a different form, and they can form structures which punch tiny holes inside your gut in the intestinal wall. This allows yeast, bacteria, and even undigested food matter to pass into your bloodstream. Now from there, the Candida can then affect all the different organs of your body. Yeast infections anywhere in the body are warning signs. They show you that your body's natural balance has been upset, allowing the Candida to spread to other organs. So if you only treat the symptoms, if you only treat that part of the body that has been affected, this will not solve the underlying problem. Sooner or later, the symptoms will return. Now, there are some really obvious yeast infection symptoms. For example, if you have a vaginal yeast infection, you will have vaginal discharge and vaginal odor. If you're a man, you may have a rash around the penis, the rest of the genital area. Or you may have a yeast infection in your mouth, which we often call oral thrush, where there's a white coating of your tongue in your mouth. Or you may have fungal infections in your toe or fingernails. So most of us would understand that that is directed to yeast organisms, to Candida in our body. But did you know that all of the following can be caused by Candida? Painful sex, a number of sexual dysfunctions including impotence, all sorts of digestive problems including constipation and diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome and leaky gut syndrome. The vast majority of people who suffer from irritable bowel syndrome and leaky gut syndrome find that once they get rid of the Candida infection, the yeast overgrowth, their digestive problems go away completely. Your sinuses are another part of your body that is often affected by Candida, and people often find that they can have chronic bacterial infections of their sinuses. Depression or mood swings, chronic fatigue and tiredness, food allergies, eczema and arthritis have all been linked to Candida. This is a bit of a scary statistic. Up to 90% of Americans suffer from Candida. Now, the vast majority of people only treat the symptoms using creams, pills, a variety of things like that. Some will try probiotic supplements and herbal remedies, and others will go on very restrictive diets to try to eliminate the yeast organisms altogether. So what are the success rates for these treatments? Well, the vast majority of people will experience some temporary relief from symptoms using one of these methods, but 95% of patients find that their symptoms come back, often worse than before, once they finish whatever treatment regime they were on. So how do you get rid of Candida permanently? Well, first of all, you have to identify the worst foods that feed the yeast organisms inside your body, and you have to learn to avoid them or to find other ways of replacing them. Secondly, you have to start eating the top anti-yeast foods, the foods that actually kill off yeast organisms inside your body. Number 3, you have to find out the importance of prebiotics and probiotics. Probiotics you've probably heard of. Those are the good bacteria that live inside your gut. And prebiotics are the foods that feed the good bacteria in your gut. And you need to understand why most probiotics that you buy over the counter don't work in the way that they're supposed to. And last but not least, you can learn about simple, very cheap but very powerful supplements which can help to balance your digestive system and your hormones to help you get rid of Candida. Now, if you would like to know more, go to www.candidacurenow.com. On that page, you can get access to free nutritional consultations with a certified nutritionist. You learn how to alleviate symptoms fast and permanently. You can read or even listen to detailed accounts of how other people's lives have changed once they've eliminated the Candida from their body. And you can get access to comprehensive information about restoring your body's internal balance. So please, don't delay. Go to www.candidacurenow.com. Hope to see you there. Bye-bye.